Richard, we're out here in Florida. What's the nearest town?
Sanford.
Sanford.
It's a little unknown thing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
We're out here. You're out here homeless. Tell me about it. You've been here a couple years.
Yeah, I've been here actually a few years. It's when, you know, my job, you had to take a physical every now and then. And they told me, after I took my last physical and I had, my second heart attack, I had a hernia. They found out I had a hernia and I was a health risk to them. So, workman's comp didn't want to cover me, which is, understandable.
Right.
Yeah. So, they had, let me go or whatever. And, I had a little bit of money saved up, but that didn't last long, But to paying rent and my family helped out a little bit, but, they couldn't help out much either. They got their own problems to worry about, their own families and their own bills and everything like that. So I ended up out here, on the street. And
what was it first like?
Huh?
What was it first like living out here?
Scary. Actually scary, because I wasn't sure how to adapt to it. But actually, when something has, when something comes up, you'd be surprised how quickly you can adapt to it, how you can overcome it, and I did that,
How do you survive now?
From day to day. I work one day a week for an auto auction right here in Sanford, and I get in about 11, 12 hours a week, which gives me anywhere from $75 to $80 a week. And I live off that, besides what Dominic and, everybody else does for me, gets me food or whatever, to live on. And, I get by all right. It's not the end of the world. It always said, God provide no matter what,
What's your future like?
Kind of bleak right now, but there's always hope. Even though something seems really dim, there's always hope. It's never the end until the end. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any difference, you know what I mean?
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
3 wishes. Actually, I'm a songwriter. Not a very good one, but people like it. Dominic messes with me some of the songs I play. But maybe one day, maybe me and the band I play with can go somewhere to actually do some recording and everything, professionally. I'm self-taught, but I'm sure I'm not the only one in the field that's self-taught that just has that natural instinct, or natural, God-given gift,
2 more wishes.
I really don't have none, I'm not somebody that wishes for too much, I've always dealt with whatever came to me, I've always dealt with life the way it came to me, and wishing was always, useless, Everybody has their dreams, and I got my dreams, And my dream maybe one day, becoming somebody in the music business, even though it probably will never come.
Yeah, you never
But
know.
everybody's got their dream, you know what I mean? And that's my instinct, of it. I deal with life the way it comes and the way it is.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.